It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Denver Nuggets at Pepsi Center. Well, for Denver, they come into this game having won 3 straight, looking to make it 4. We'll see if they can get it done. And here we are, start of a new season. So much drama coming out of the gate.
Drama for your mama.
Shaq, for the teams that are underperforming thus far, what can they do to try and right the ship?
Look, Ernie, it's early, so don't overreact. You can mix up the rotations a little bit. Don't be scared, Coach. Do what you got to do.
Well, first, you got to keep believing in yourself. But I love these player-only meetings.
Oh, I'll bet you.
I did, man.
Really? You liked them?
Oh, because I used to – that's the only time I could really look in your face in front of the other 11 guys and tell you how I really feel about you.
Like, Akeem, you're killing us.
No, that never was said. It was more like, see, we should only give it to Akeem because he's the only one not killing us.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Looking at the Lakers, they want to turn it around after the loss to Milwaukee at the BMO Harris Bradley Center.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
And you know what, Greg? I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, this is the NBA, the best league in the world. You got to block things out and focus on the task at hand.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, "I never thought about it until I hurt my back." Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, "I realized that I like that side of the game." And Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. Clark, tonight in this matchup, young teams, not a lot of experience, and there are tough things for these young players to pick up as they make their journey, I know, through the NBA.
You're really right on top of it there, Kevin, because young players tend to be more emotional, and that doesn't always serve you well. Being poised and calm and confident is what you see from veteran players. Understanding game situations and having the presence of mind to be aware in all situations is part of what sometimes isn't prevalent with young players.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Lakers right now, the lengthy pair of KCP and Ingram on the wing. Then it's Ball, then it's Brook Lopez, and it's Kuzma in at the 4 slot. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. And that one's good, Jokic.
Man, when he's got the height advantage down low, it's over. Forget about it. It's a wrap. You got to send more help if you're the defense. Well, you look at the Lakers as an organization, and we know historically one of the great sports organizations in any sport. The reputation, though, has been slipping a bit in recent years. The front office moves last season, bringing what they hope will be some stability and certainly a bit more prestige to the team.
Here's Murray. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Millsap, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here's Ingram. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
Gotta like seeing Ingram get going down underneath the rim. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Here's Murray. There's the pass to Millsap. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
It's his first trip to the line.
72% at the line this season. He has yet to set himself apart in that department.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Paul Millsap.
Tell you what, Paul Millsap, one of my favorite players because he's so effective, scores at an efficient clip, rebounds the ball well, and defends multiple positions too. He gives you everything.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Kenneth Faried's checked in for Jokic. Hernan Gomez comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Barton subbed in for Gary Harris. Both free throws good for Millsap. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against Orlando.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage, and they did a great job exploiting.
With 1 on the clock, it's all tied in Denver. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Yeah, nice beginning so far. This is how you play out of the gate.
And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Brewer is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Bogut. Then there's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Hart in at the 2. Here's Jefferson following the basket by Julius Randle. That one falls.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Clarkson kicks to Randle. Over Hernan Gomez. That one doesn't go, and it's Denver the other way. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Hart. Barton defending. Pass to Hart. Bogut down low. Defended by Jefferson. Bogut gets the bucket. Bogut's got the lead up to 2 now for the Lakers. Barton kicks to Jefferson. Passes it to Murray. The feed to Barton.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Kenneth Faried. Chandler comes in for Hernan Gomez. And Harris subbed in for Barton. Jokic, no good.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
Harris against Clarkson. Lopez a screen. Clarkson kicks to Ball. Hits it from three-point range.
Ball, despite the quirkiness of the shot, he does have a quick release, so you got to know he's a threat to score whenever he has it in his hands.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Lakers lead by 5. And we'll be back with you right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter largely belonged to them as they took charge of the game and jumped out to a 5-point lead at the break. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Their defense has been practically non-existent. Sure, they faced a team that got hot. You could even say a bit lucky at times, but no one is stepping up on D and taking anything away. Have some pride. Don't let a guy shoot like that in your face.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Clark, you were a fantastic rebounder your entire career. What do you feel gave you the edge over the other players in the glass?
You know, one of my fellow Buckeye greats, actually the greatest Buckeye of all time in basketball, I think, was Jerry Lucas. And he talked an awful lot about rebounding being more about timing and pursuit of the ball than anything else. And I had a good gift of timing, and I clearly was chasing down that pumpkin as well as most. And those were the things that allowed me to be a good rebounder. Good timing, good hands, and pursuit of the basketball. It wasn't complicated, but some of it was giftedness. The other part was persistence and hard work.
Chandler at small forward with Millsap the 4. Murray and Harris in the backcourt, and it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Now here's Ingram. 5 on the clock. Caldwell Pope for 3. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. Ball kicks to Ingram. Here's Kuzma. Millsap covering, and the shot goes down. Kuzma's got the first field goal of the second half for the Lakers. Outside Millsap. To the wing on the left. Rebound the Lakers, and going against Denver, their first meeting of the season. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope, and that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. And Brooke Lopez, one of the Lopez twins, 2 7-footers who were both drafted out of Stanford in 2008.
Yeah, and Brooke went 10th, Kevin. Robin went 15th. That might be the best combined draft order of brothers in the history of the league. I mean, they've both become quality starting centers in the NBA. Brooke more of an offensive player. Robin more of a Velcro kind of guy.
For the Nuggets, Plumlee comes in for Jokic, and Barton subbed in for Murray. The Nuggets trail by 10. Harris kicks to Plumlee. To the middle. He wants to get the Millsap and does. Plays it up and banks it in. Millsap's got 6 points.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
And how many more possessions like that would they love to get down the stretch? A bunch of them, I bet.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, certainly a step up from the first half. They're more engaged, more focused here in this second half, and they're getting good results.
Here's Chandler. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Lopez. No good that time. And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on Coach Mike Malone.
Stay positive. Don't get down. We got a lot of time left. We're going to win the game. We are going to win the game.
Coach Mike Malone moments ago trying to get each guy to believe in himself, believe that this still can happen.
And the players have to trust each other. It's going to take all 5 guys working together to recapture that momentum.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Caldwell Pope is the 2 with Ingram playing small forward. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the 4. Here's Chandler following the basket by Brook Lopez. Here's Millsap. And that one's on target from the wing. 1:29 left in the game. Pass to Kuzma. Caldwell Pope kicks to Lopez. Lakers passing it around to the right side. Clarkson against Harris. Chandler with the steal. And Wilson Chandler with the slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Kuzma. Denver getting their last shot to go. Shot clock at 5. From the stripe. And that one is off. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Barton in the corner. Millsap a screen. Now here's Barton, guarded closely. Launches it. Denver gets it back. Millsap dishes to Barton. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And now we've got the intentional foul. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Always got to keep an eye on the ball. No pun intended. He's a guy that can do a little bit of everything. A triple-double threat every game.
So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole. It's hard to climb out of.
Well, to me, they look emotionally spent.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Lonzo Ball.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
And so the Lakers take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Andrew, you've been called underrated so often, now it's overrated. What do you think about that?
I don't really care what the media say. I'm overrated, underrated, injury prone. I'm good enough, I'm not good enough, so it doesn't really matter. As long as we keep winning games, I really don't care. I'm not a stats guy, so for all the fantasy players out there, I don't care about fantasy. I'm just trying to win games.
That's going to make a lot of fantasy people very disappointed, but I suspect you don't care. Congratulations, Andrew. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.